Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, are my I don't even know what to even call you anymore. My housemates, Nate.
No, I like bananas.
Cool. No watermelon? Are you sure? We have plenty of watermelon.
No, more of a banana guy, personally.
Oh, well. Your words, not mine. And
it could be worse.
And Lisa.
What in the hell did I watch?
You watched Criterion Collection
and Naterian Collection.
And Naterian Collection. Hausu or House, depending on how you want to try to pronounce it. Yes, welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with an unsuspecting victim, who's usually someone we would not call a horror fan. Lisa, 2 for 2, you're back at it. I like you back with us for our Slaycation month. We are wrapping up our. I think this is our final entry for the month, right, Nate? I believe so.
I believe so also.
We are somehow, and we hit a double here, right? Because we're taking a trip to Japan in this week's episode, but we're also staying in a house. That's right. We are watching House, the 1977 classic film. I have been raving about this movie and have been just eagerly waiting for both of you to finally watch this film.
I was going to watch it, but I saved it because I knew it was coming. Also, very similar to the TV show House. So if you're doing a search, very challenging.
Yeah, elevator pitch is Hugh Laurie plays a Vicodin-obsessed murderous house.
In rural Japan. Exactly. That's it.
I mean, did the kids movie Monster House rip off this movie? 100% yes. That's not
absolutely yes. Can you imagine a sequel to this movie where Hugh Laurie goes in the house and is diagnosing what happened to everybody? Amazing. Amazing.
Greenlight this. Movie producers.
Hugh Laurie's not doing anything. He's not doing. He's in Veep. Veep's over.
He was doing it. He had a jazz album for a while there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he put out an album where he plays piano. He's actually a very good pianist.
He does do that in some of his sketch comedy stuff. He did play piano, I guess.
Interesting side note, Nate. The piano did not eat him, which know
until our movie.
Lisa, I'm excited. I'm so glad. So, fun story about this movie is Lisa and I went to ACL a few years ago. So that's Austin City Limits.
Anterior crucial ligament.
Yes. Both. And we went to go see, we were watching Deftones do their set, and they had this they had a video screen on the sides. They were just playing random clips of stuff. And it was the most bizarre thing. And for me, I mean, Lisa, correct, keep me honest on my retelling of the events here, but I've got just the happiest face in the world because Deftones is one of my favorite bands, but also because the scenes they were showing were from a particular Japanese horror film. And Lisa, do you remember what you said when you saw those scenes at all?
What the hell is this?
Yes. You literally say, what the hell is this? And then when I looked at you, said, oh, please tell me we're not doing this for the podcast. So I was like, 100% we are. Yeah, they were playing scenes from House as part of their set. And
again, Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
It was really weird. It was all the scenes with him and Cuddy and Foreman. There may be. I'm gonna love it. This episode may, in fact, have more Hugh Laurie references than it will actually references to the movie we're supposed to be talking about. I
love it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Lisa, of the staycations, if you were going to go to I know we're not in our debate question yet, but I'm just curious if you were going to go to a house that was going to eat you, is Japan the place you'd want to go, or would you rather go to a different country?
No. I'm not
different
going
country
to Japan. Yes.
Okay, so if there was
every time we watch a Japanese horror movie, it's got something to do with something living in a house. That's not happening.
Don't stay in houses in Japan. Got it. Good vacation.
Camp outside.
Just sleep outside.
They have vending machines everywhere. You're saying
the happening did not happen in Japan, so it's okay.
That happened outside. They're right.
The Japaning.
No.
Japan.
It would still be Marky Mark and Hugh Laurie in a movie together.
That sounds amazing. One person sounds intelligent, the other is Mark Wahlberg. And then you go from there.
What? No.
And again, this movie is not to be confused with the 1980s/90s. I think there's 4 movies. There's a House movies, which are American comedy/horror movies. I don't know if you've seen those or not.
Maybe I'm not actually because there's so many. I'm not sure what I have seen that's called House.
I know one of them has George Wendt. That's all I know. I don't know a whole lot about this whole thing, franchise. But anyway, if you search for House, you're going to get a few items. Just make sure it's the weird ass Japanese one that you find.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, look, we've got a lot to get into with this one. There is plenty to discuss. But before that, let's, of course, get into our debate question.
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam to smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
Oh, yeah. Not as much pungent slime in this house, but...
Not as much.
I mean... I don't know. There's so many things. Nate, do you have a debate question lined up for this one?
Yeah, I do.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
I've got so much, but a lot of my questions I think will fit better when we actually talk about the episode. So
this movie, everything in a house and the surrounding area in the house is out to get you, or could be if a cat walks by. It's all possible. What in your house,
Blanche?
What in your house scares you? Like let's say something in your house became sentient and attacked you. What is the creepiest thing or the scariest thing in your house that you would not want to attack?
Besides that Super Nate doll that I have,
that would be sort of a puppet master type attack, which would be amazing.
Super Nate versus Blade from Puppet Master would be fantastic.
Probably the best Puppet Master movie by far that you just described right there.
High praise.
Wow.
Thing in my house that scares me.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it becomes sentient and it is after you. I can go first.
Yeah. Why don't you go first?
Yeah. So I have 2 small children. And so
it's the children. Got it.
It's the children. No, the thing that if attacked me, that would be the grossest and worst thing of all time, with this chomping lid mouth, would be the diaper pail receptacle thing. If that attacked me, that would be probably the grossest thing of all time.
I see. So if things suddenly came to life,
exactly like a piano or mattresses, etc. Like in this movie, if you get a diaper pail that is coming after you, I cannot imagine a whole lot worse than that.
That's rough.
That's bad.
Rough. Lisa, what about you? What?
I think we only have 11 bajillion stuffed animals in this house.
Oh yeah, stuffed animals. Which one's the creepiest?
And I'm not. No, you are. Super Nate is.
Yeah, Super Nate is for sure the creepiest stuffed animal that we have in this house.
Yeah. How about the second creepiest? There's got to be a little bit of competition, right?
I don't think the others are all cute.
I mean, there's always Elmo's always
if they all
creepy.
were working together, then
Elmo. You don't think an Elmo could be creepy as hell?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
With Mitch's voice. Mitch, you got to do the Elmo voice.
Elmo's one ticklish monster. Could you imagine that just coming like right behind you?
That is aggressively terrible. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Stuffed animals, potentially also creepy Mitch voice Elmo.
I don't know.
Okay.
Man, like legitimate thing that scares me in my house would absolutely be the food processor, because it always gets stuck. And I always see, but that's more Final Destination-esque, like over the top house, like coming at me though. I mean, for that, man, I don't know. You kind of nailed it at the park with I would have said our trash bin.
A trash bin. Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's too similar to yours. So I was trying to see if I could come up with something.
And then I just parked stuff on the curb at the end. No one's taking the trash out of this house. No,
Legs are just.
Yeah,
that would actually be helpful if they were like just helping, like just wheel them out when you're done.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, I mean, like in this movie, you got grandfather clock, you got piano, you got overhead light fixture, you got wood.
Oh,
you got a lot of stuff.
I tell you what, though, I don't have it anymore, but in this movie, they have a weird skeleton that just is randomly dancing for a good quarter of the movie. I used to have a zombie doll on a Roomba.
Yes.
And if that thing was like dancing around, that would have been,
Actually, a Roomba that could take your feet or ankles out would be brutal, actually.
Roomba could be good.
Oh, haunted Roomba would be amazing.
The Dyson vacuum cleaner. I mean, there's...
Well, if they kill you, they clean up the blood real fast.
His vacuum cleaner, you could have like a whole scene that's like that Nightmare on Elm Street where he's like swallowing the girl from the Dream Warriors,
Yeah. Vacuums, both robotic and handheld. All right. That fits in the theme of House very well, actually.
And it makes sense too, because dogs are typically terrified of vacuum cleaners, which makes sense because obviously cats are evil per this movie. Yeah, got him. Yep. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap this up for the debate question. Let us know what you think would be the scariest thing in your house to be, I guess, eaten by. Right? Like that.
Yeah. What's the creepiest thing that could eat you in where you live?
Yeah. Let us know. I don't think ours are very regional to Texas.
I also want to know what. We don't have to get into this, but for the listeners, what's one thing if did come, you could fight it off?
Oh yeah, like you're not.
You got a good way to fight back that diaper pail for Nate? Let him know.
Yeah, you're gonna. Which one are you gonna be like all kung fu on?
I don't know. I kind of changed my thing to a slip and slide. A haunted slide. Can I have a haunted slip and slide?
Haunted bounce house. I know.
It's haunted bounce house. That's the kitty. That's the kid. That's it's like the rated PG horror.
Oh my goodness. Well, let us know the answer to that question. Let us know the answer to Lisa's question. You can send us your answers at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. We had some fun with our Twitter fans trying to guess what this movie is. I shared a screenshot of Nate at the start of watching this movie, literally asking what's he watching? I
was like, what the fuck is this? What?
We had a lot of interesting guesses. Folks guessed all sorts of movies, thinking Rubber,
Rubber, future episode, Rubber, for sure.
Several future episodes in there for sure. But yeah, no one quite got this. So, you should follow us basically everywhere. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Don't have
Go
any
to
of them.
Mitch's house.
Get
Go to
them.
Mitch's house.
Yeah, follow me to work. I commute now, and it's not ideal, but it's there. Just follow me wherever. And again, we have the links out. Make sure to go to our Patreon and listen to the commentary tracks. We will have a new commentary track coming up this next episode, in fact. So those will start
free. It's all free.
It's all free
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get you hooked. And then when you're inside the house and it's locked with the commentary tracks, I don't know. Is this track?
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either. No, but no. Check that out. I think with the next movie we have, A is one that has been requested by a number of people for us to do. We have a couple unsuspecting victims coming. So, Lisa, I think I'm hoping you will also be there with us for this one. I don't want to say it too soon. Just keep an eye on social media. Follow us. You'll find out what it is and more details to come. But
in the future for our Patreon, can you imagine a commentary track of just Lisa, like just sighing? Like there could be like an hour and a half just going like audibly sighing. Like if we were closed captioning the commentary track, how much sighing would be in there? You'll have to listen to find out, but I'm excited for it. Also, give us a call and voicemail 346-246-3143. 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts and other platforms will give you the opportunity to pick a movie that we will watch or maybe comment on. You got both options.
Ideally, we get alerts on Apple Podcasts for reviews, but if you review us somewhere else, just let us know if we're not on top of it. We treat them all the same. We say Apple Podcasts, they're all precious in our eyes. All 5 stars, sometimes the 4. Not so much.
All 5 stars are equal.
As long as they come together to the party, they will be welcome.
Okay, there you go.
Oh god, yeah. I don't know. We've got to do a commentary track with Lisa on
The Ring
for sure. So I don't know.
I'm excited to hear about your guys' early dates. So that I'm really excited about that particular commentary track.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Lisa, are you excited for that?
It's like listening to a therapy session while you're watching The Ring.
Well, no, what it should be, if we do it right, Lisa should be bringing in someone brand new. We shouldn't even be there, Nate. It should just be Lisa and this person,
Lisa.
and then at the end, it's like, great, I'm saved from the curse, and she just hangs up, and now someone else is like, oh god, I've got to have someone watch this movie now.
Well, there's 100 Ring movies. I have them right here.
And then as soon as it's done, Nate, we just have to call that person and just play the 7 days drop, and then boom, start. Oh, great!
That sounds perfect.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Lisa, are you excited?
Sure.
Yes.
add this to the Patreon, Nate.
Oh. We just need a drop of Lisa just sighing. Just say that. All right, look.
I wouldn't even have to be on the podcast anymore. You could just play that every few minutes.
About right.
Lisa soundboard. Ooh,
oh my
that
god,
could be fun.
That could be real good. All right, look. Let's finish off this month of vacation right. Number 4 in our Slaycation movies, The House.
House.
私あなたを救えなかった。
I see in your eyes where tomorrow is hiding in my heart. There's a bell ringing loud at the touch of your lips. Down the rainbow, I'm sliding. Little arrows keep falling as thick as a cloud.
眩しくて怖いのよ。日の光が。 かからないわ。故障よ。
Oh my God. So I'm going to just tell you, if you're not following us on YouTube, check that trailer out because unless you speak Japanese, you have no idea what was happening.
No one does.
And then if you watch
Japanese,
it,
you don't
you'll
know
have, well, I was going to say, and then if you watch the trailer, you'll have not a whole lot more insight into what the hell is happening. So I love this movie so much. Lisa, elevator pitch, what can you tell us about House?
Oh my gosh. Elevator pitch. Some girls, for some reason, feel like they need to take a vacation with their really random teacher. Don't get me started on that. No. Have to pivot and end up in a psychotic house where nothing makes sense.
Or does everything make sense?
Beg to differ.
No, nothing. Yeah, that's about right. Nate, what can you tell us about House?
House, aka Hausu, came out in 1977. It is Japanese. It came out in July 30th. So 44 years ago. It's a tight 88 minutes. I think time stopped when I was watching this movie. I had no idea like how long anything was taking. Like, are we 10 minutes in? Are we 100 minutes in? Who knows? It was pretty incredible. The film was released by the Toho production company, which you might remember, released the classic Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, Ghidorah movies. Some of my son's favorite movies, and I've seen so many of them. This came out 2 years after the terror of Mechagodzilla. So they were ending Godzilla, and they were trying to look for other movies, and they went this direction. They went experimental, and it really worked out. So can't complain. The director is Nobuhiko Obayashi, who before this had directed some things as part of the Criterion Collection. That's right, Criterion Collection. You can see it right here on YouTube. Got the Criterion Collection version of House. There is a 1966 short film of his called Emotion that is also weird. He only really done one feature-length film before this, but really swung for the fences on this one. There's a lot of other movies that this guy has done, and he just died actually last year. So
I didn't know that.
Yes, he died last year. So rest in peace.
Peace and peace.
I'm assuming he died in a house, just to be thematically consistent. Making movies all the way until 2019. So this guy was making movies at age 80. So there you go. This guy was crushing it. He made a lot of movies. I don't know any of them. So I am not even going to attempt. One of the movies he made the year after this movie was Take Me Away, which I'm assuming Lisa said quite a bit throughout this film. You could even speak if the inexplicable things on the screen were even allowing you to formulate words, which at some points I just like, is my mouth open too far? Like, what is happening? This movie's incredible. So that I don't want to get too much into it. There's a lot of actresses in this. There's a lot of characters with weird names. We got Gorgeous. We got Fantasy. We got Kung Fu, my personal favorite. We got Mac. We got Melody. We got Professor. We got Sweet. And we have probably the worst teacher in the history of Earth. in this film.
Yep.
There's a character that's just watermelon farmer, but it makes total sense. This movie's got it all.
It makes total sense for this movie.
It makes total sense. Some of the people that were acting in this did have longer careers. Again, I'm not as familiar with them, so I'm not going to dig too deep into them. But yeah, there's some decent acting in this, and there's some over the top acting, and there's some bad acting. It's all over the place. So yeah, this is a classic for sure. Whew. Yeah. And I gotta say one thing. So Obayashi's daughter helped write some of the script, or gave ideas for it. He was trying to make a weird movie to be weird for the sake of weird, like a non-traditional kind of film. And he said that the children are better at coming up with more fantastical elements than the adults are. So he leveraged his 12-year-old daughter, and I hope that she got therapy shortly after that conversation, because wow, how many of these ideas were from her?
Well, yeah. So funnily enough, the most, we'll get into some of it in detail, but the most unsettling part in this movie, to me, is the mirror scene, where it breaks and there's the blood and all that kind of stuff. And that's, I think, the basis for what this movie is about. I think she was afraid that her mirror was going to eat her.
Yes.
And that was basically the spark of what this movie actually became, was based around that. And of course, in the movie, the mirror scene to me is like the most like the only part of this movie that was like genuinely like, oh shit, this is creepy.
Yeah. Wow. There's other parts.
There's other parts. Don't get me wrong, but like this one was a little more, maybe of all the things, maybe the more understated.
Sure. I don't know if you can say understated about this film. Lisa, what if I told you that these girls were not trained actresses?
Oh, really?
Oh, really? They were models.
No, they actually didn't do that bad.
Yeah, they're models from the commercials. This guy did short films and commercials before, getting his one of his early breaks with this movie. But they were just all models that he had known from doing commercials for years. And that's where he got.
I mean, that's the thing is the way this movie was done and the crazy stuff that happened, it didn't really matter who you put in it. It was still going to be bad shit.
True. Yeah. He used the same special effects company that he had used for some of his commercials, actually, to make these groundbreaking special effects.
Wow.
Some are good. No, sorry. Some are okay. Some are terrible. There's no good, but they're there. So yeah, he's using this commercial. Maybe he did a banana commercial or a watermelon commercial. I don't know. I don't know where these ideas came from, but incredible. Where do we begin? Favorite character, Lisa? Who you got in this group of friends?
Oh my gosh, none of them.
What? You didn't know? Oh man, wow.
I think Melody.
Melody. Okay, the pianist.
The pianist.
Because you play piano, right? Okay.
Yeah, I was not thrilled with all that.
Look, my friends are all getting murdered. My friends are not all getting murdered, but I gotta practice for this piano recital.
Well, they did. They were like practice. Forcing her, like, hey, I know things are messed up, but why don't you play and cheer us up for a bit? Even though we're all aware that things are eating people in this house, why don't you sit at that old piano and get to playing?
Yeah, it was incredible. Mitch, who's your favorite?
Kung Fu is easily one of the best characters.
Absolutely my favorite
in this movie.
Also.
I mean, she's the one that it just saves everyone for the majority of the film.
Kung Fu in death is the most effective member of the team. Dead. She is physically dead. Still the most effective member of the entire friend group.
Yep.
I agree. I think Mr. Togo is probably the worst teacher in the history of Earth.
Yeah. Was he really a teacher? I don't ever actually know. They said Mr. Togo, and it was like
he needed to teach his sideburns to be better. That's what he needed to teach. This guy looked. Lisa, they were describing this guy as like real manly and hunky, and then you saw him like, what did you think?
Don't get me started, Nate. I was like,
get into this guy.
What in the heck?
Scale of 1 to 10. How manly
this
do you
is
think he
the
was?
teacher that they're obsessed with, that fantasy's obsessed with. This is the guy.
He was underwhelming.
Very.
There is a scene. There's a whole segment of the movie where it basically turns into the theme song of a 1980s sitcom, where he's just walking along the street and has his butt fall into a bucket.
Don't worry, Nate. It's not serious. He's just got to stop by the hospital real quick.
And almost get hit by a car, which I looked very close. And it bust into song.
Oh,
I mean,
but you know what I just
place.
realized? The cat did it on purpose. The cat's the one that made him trip. Right? No, you guys aren't going to say anything ever again.
They weren't even in the town then, were they? They were already far.
The cat, go back and watch that cat is on the stairs and makes him trip and fall into the bucket.
Lisa, do not worry. I will be watching this movie 3 to 4 more times in the next.
I promise you, the cat
Guarantee.
does it on purpose so that he can't go to the house.
you're probably right.
I don't know.
I am right. You didn't think that I watched the movie that closely, did y'all?
I didn't.
Huh? You didn't think I was going to pull these little details and start getting analytical on your butts, but I did.
Okay, we're just gonna let Lisa take over this. So what else?
Yeah, Lisa, why don't you let? Yeah,
Damn.
She's the host now. That's
yeah. Wow.
This movie's way
wait.
deeper
Are we
than you guys
talking? Are we
realize.
talking to Lisa or Auntie at this point? I don't know who.
Oh, Auntie. So let's get into the premise. How about let me talk about the premise, I guess, briefly, because that's how much is the premise is given in this movie. It's brief. There's a friend group with everyone named hilarious names. Melody, Fantasy, Gorgeous, the rest. Professor. Why is she called Professor? She's got glasses. That's it.
Well, she is apparently the smart one.
Is she? That's debatable.
Oh,
debatable.
She's book smart, not street smart.
She bites the dust in the most, like, all of them have some reason. She just drowns.
She drowns. Like all
of them kind of made sense a little bit for their characters, and she was just like, "Oh, it's a river of blood. I'm drowning."
I just dissolved. She dissolved. In blood.
There was like a jar of teeth that like pulled her into the blood.
Barely.
And then she didn't just like drown. She like dissolved.
She dissolved like it was acid.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like the girl who was cleaning got hit by the mattresses. The one that wanted to eat the watermelon fell in the well. They like the one playing the piano got eaten by the piano. It kind of made sense. This one, they're just like, and we ran out of stuff to do.
I agree. But the premise is this friend group is supposed to go traveling to a certain place. Gorgeous is the beautiful one, apparently. Her dad comes back from Italy. He works on scoring films. And he comes back from Italy, and boom, he got married. So she's got a stepmom because her mom passed away 8 years before. Gorgeous doesn't like this. So she's like, "Hey, Aunt, can I go hang with you instead of hanging with this stepmom?" And the aunt's like, "Yeah, sure." And so she invites all of her friends to come visit because the hot teacher's sister is pregnant, so they can't go to their number one choice. That is the premise. And they go visit the aunt, and then all logic flies out the window. Literally and figuratively. All logic flies out the window. There's a murder cat. Right? There's a murder cat.
Yeah.
There's a murder cat. There's flying logs.
Sorry, the cat is named Blanche, and I don't know of all the ridiculous names that these characters have. Blanche as the cat is somehow the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, amazing. I love. What'd you think, Blanche the cat? Lisa, you in or out on Blanche?
Oh, out.
Oh, out, hard out. Oh,
Nate,
no.
hold up the cover of the movie. You have it right there.
It's right here. This is amazing.
Yeah, out.
Well, and here's the problem, right? Like all of the names are based on their personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just named the white cat the French word for white. It's just not even
or Mitchell.
Golden Girls.
They named the cat the character. No, listen. They named the cat the character from Gone with the Wind. You know, the one that says, "I'll never be hungry again."
Oh.
That I wish I could give it that kind of credit, Lisa.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
What, Blanche Dubois, I think.
This is a Blanche Dubois reference. I love it.
Yeah, a Blanche Dubois. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm just thinking about
Could be.
Christ. Yeah, well, there's that. I don't know. So Lisa, the piano scene, is that the scene that stands out the most to you in this movie?
It's the one that's going to give me nightmares. That's for sure.
Yeah, I noticed you haven't played piano since you've watched the movie.
Yeah.
Got a big ass grand piano downstairs. It's just chomping at the bit to get played, Lisa. Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, chomping at the bit at this one. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Poor Mac. This poor girl just likes to eat food.
She likes to eat food, and she's like not fat.
Yeah, but they're like,
you're so fat.
That
like,
really,
you're not fat.
And
really
she's just like,
angry.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like, I'm hungry. Fuck you. I don't
you know
care.
what? I actually appreciate. I like real shitty, right? But I at least Max just like owning it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking eat because it's delicious. Fuck off. Right?
Yeah.
But she got done wrong trying to fish a watermelon out of a well. Hey, when you're in Japan, if there's something in a well, it's gone. You just don't fuck with it.
Yeah, this is pre-ring. So
I've never been to Japan, and I will never get anything out of a well for any reason whatsoever. Yeah,
no wells, no forests.
No.
I feel like those are the two off. Everything else, I feel like fair.
Everything else, fair game. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they get there and the aunt is there and she's looking like Willy Wonka in the beginning of Willy Wonka, except he doesn't do the judo roll and like pop up and do the surprise. She's just like very frail. But then she does end up doing the Willy Wonka just later in the movie, falling into a refrigerator, winking at the camera, doing some like dance moves on a catwalk. I have no idea what was happening. But clearly something shady is going on. And the cat has weird green glow eyes occasionally where magic starts happening. So there's that. And you actually don't even see what happens with Mac, which is pretty lame.
Yeah, her head
it's just off camera. Her head goes where the watermelon should be. And because Mac is so fat and hungry, she bites the one girl's butt who goes to check on her. And then gets eaten by the ant, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, they're all getting eaten by the ant or the house.
Choose some eyeballs. Yeah, the
eyeball scene was kind of creepy. It
was very creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's like this movie is so absurd and ridiculous, but there are some moments in there that are genuinely like, what the that are deeply upsetting.
I would say the back half of the movie's got majority upsetting.
Yeah. I don't know, Nate. Was there one of these demises that is left indelibly in your head?
Well, so Mac is gone. Mac is gone, and then Kung Fu goes out to chop some wood. The wood just stands up on its own, catches on fire, and starts launching itself at her. She does like some flips, some crazy awesome stuff. And it's like, oh, I guess I just hallucinated that. What?
Oh.
That doesn't bode well. I mean, the best death by far is Kung Fu's death because it is the most valuable. Other people getting their hands chopped off by pianos, died in grandfather clocks hilariously, dissolving in cat paint blood, painting the blood of a painting of a cat's blood, which fills an entire room. Is where someone dies. This girl tries to karate kick. It's basically like this straight up Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, just like huge across an entire room distance jump kick. Gets caught in midair by a light fixture, which rips off the top half of her body, but the bottom half of the body still kicks and hits a magical painting of a cat, which then kills the cat. Does the magic evil cat die? The answer is yes.
Yes. Now I just want to clarify though for our listeners who may not have watched this movie in advance. Nate makes it sound this is a fever dream of a film. Nate makes it sound like the legs just kept going as physics would make you believe they would.
Absolutely
No. There is no motion, and then the body's like not there, and then all of a sudden the legs crawl themselves out of the light fixture to then launch themselves again, sans top half of her body.
Incredible.
That's as best as I could possibly describe what happened. Incredible.
He kicked the hell out of that cat, the evil magic cat painting.
Now, the one that I liked was gorgeous when she got basically killed and possessed. And it's such a weird scene because it starts off real creepy with the mirror showing her pretty much getting, body snatched. They have the crack in the mirror. There's blood running down it. It's doing that thing where like she's doing the lipstick and then it has a side view where like the mirror image is looking totally different than her and it's got some really cool, creepy stuff going on there. And then in like the weirdest, like star wipe effect way, her face just falls off and there's just a fire just going.
The editing and the cuts in this movie are just inexplicable.
Well, and it's
is happening. Like the cuts are just everywhere. There's like pictures in whatever.
It's like the first time you ever tried to put together a PowerPoint and you're like, oh man, I could do star wipes and checkerboard and like you're just doing like every transition. That's what this movie basically is like. Hey, I just got this brand new song. Let's just start like editing all this stuff.
Lisa, have you ever made a PowerPoint that's like House?
Oh yeah, middle school for sure.
Okay, so
everyone has, Nate.
I don't know. I never quite.
Nate, you never did.
You get the slam effect? Yeah, come on.
Oh, the slam. I like where it bounces in. Where the slide bounces.
Oh, that's a good one
that's
too.
A good one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
It's our PowerPoint tips and tricks.
Yeah, we're starting. Lisa and I are starting a new PowerPoint podcast.
How to make the most disturbing PowerPoints possible.
Hey, if it's good enough for Star Wars, it's good enough for us. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So Lisa, yeah. So I mean, the piano kill, obviously crazy. I mean, there's just so much batshit crazy stuff in this movie. I mean, what other things were stuck out to you? There was crazy musical interludes. There was
none of the music.
The backgrounds were like the backgrounds looked like really dramatic plays, like all the time, like all fake backgrounds everywhere. Like anything else stick out to you as just ridiculous?
I did like the dad's house, I guess, when they're just constantly talking behind this like glass window wall thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the new mother, I guess they hadn't gotten married yet. So the fiance just constantly had wind blowing on her, which I was like, that's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should rewatch this high or what.
That is
what drug
the
do you
first time you have ever asked that question. We got a first on
follow
the podcast
up.
today.
What drug pairs with this movie. I don't even know what you would take. Like
you smoke bananas.
Nate,
got it.
Talk about this banana scene because you texted
this banana scene
about the bananas
incredible.
Immediately when it happened.
There is the creepiest watermelon farmer in the history of Earth. Creepiest dude ever. The teacher, finally, everyone is dying. This guy literally can't get his ass out of a bucket. Literally. Goes and just eats a bunch of noodles with some creepy people with a bear in the background. Like I was watching the Shining prequel that, and there was the blood room. Oh my God. Did Stanley Kubrick just rip us off for the Shining? Maybe. There's a whole room of blood and a bear. Inexplicably. He's eating noodles and he's basically just like orgasming. These noodles are so amazing. I don't know what that scene was about. Then he finally makes it to the area, and then the guy asks him if he wants watermelons. He goes, "No, I like bananas more." All of a sudden, he runs into his car. The watermelon farmer dude turns into a pile of a skeleton pile, except for a floating head, and then the teacher guy is just gone. And you're like, where did he go? All this shit happens in the house. You come back. The stepmom comes, to go find them to go, like, he's like, "Hey, I want to be your stepmom. And I want to get to know you." And she's already possessed. When she passes literally a pile of bananas with a hat on it, sitting in the car, in the seat he was at, the guy became a pile of bananas. And I don't know what happened or why, but it was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I laughed, Mitch. I laughed audibly. So I thought I might have woken up my kids. Like I laughed so hard. It was incredible.
I like to eat.
Yeah.
Apples and bananas.
I like to be bananas. Yeah. That guy turned into a pile of bananas, but the hat was still on. And the way they built it was just, it's one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Let me just say that. One of all time. Incredible.
It's
banana pile.
I
mean, you just can't beat it. Oh. And then of course, he got turned into a pile of bananas. But why? Is that guy even magic? It didn't make any sense. It made no sense. I think the cat was already dead at that point. So I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's still magic clearly from the aunt because she's still possessed.
I just like how she has the watermelon dude on payroll.
It's just a creepy watermelon guy. Yeah, just like, I don't know if he was like magically created or what. But yeah, there's a watermelon farmer on the payroll for a dead aunt who's dead. But magic keeps her alive because she was waiting for a guy from World War II, and she eats unmarried women. But unfortunately for her, all the unmarried people stopped coming to the house because they all died. So this is the first batch in a while.
So let me ask you about this ending here. So all the girls get eaten.
Yes.
Some worse than others.
We didn't see what happened to the last one.
She got eaten. Let's just be real.
I know, but we never saw it. She just laid on her lap. And because they were best friends. And then you never saw what happened.
But the reveal was that it's been the aunt. The aunt. Sure. Yeah. So yes. The stepmom shows up because she's trying to bring back Gorgeous for their other trip with her dad, and she wants to like meet the aunt and make a good impression.
Yes.
I mean, good for you, stepmom. Stepmoms, I think, get a bad rap in a lot of movies. So good for you. She is, however, rewarded by basically getting set on fire. After a very pleasant chat, right?
Was it a pleasant chat?
Was it? Yeah, I don't know.
They just kind of stared at each other for a while.
Like, I'm your mom now, with a stare. That I don't know. It didn't seem like it was that nice, was it?
I don't know. It just seemed it was a weird punctuation that she's just like, oh, and now she's on fire now. Okay.
Yeah, we shake hands on it. I'm your mom now, right? You're on fire. Okay. Yeah. Well, here we are. And I guess she could do that because she wasn't married, because it was just the fiance, right? They're not married.
Oh, true.
Can she do nothing to marry
Yeah,
people?
that's what I thought.
I thought they were married at first, but I think they're engaged
Yeah,
Right,
well,
they
because
weren't
she
married
to be
yet.
married. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that makes all tracks. Are there rules to this movie? I don't even know.
Well, because she mentions that her friends are gonna wake up soon, and so I guess it's all the house, right? All the different because she talks to all the different appliances.
She
right?
says when they wake up when they're hungry.
And then she just burns her. I don't know. Real weird.
We didn't even go over the mattress kill. We gotta go over that real quick.
Is that why? It's not even that good.
it.
Yeah.
Well, but a girl gets pummeled by mattresses and all her clothes get stripped off, and then it is just a doll.
Well, but that's not how she
Who was
died. She
also
died.
naked?
She died in a clock.
No, I know, but like the mattress attack was like a girl. She became stripped naked by mattresses, and then there's a naked doll just there in her place. You didn't think that was creepy as shit?
This is what you're hung up on?
To be fair, Nate,
I
after
thought
all the other
naked
ones,
doll underneath
Nate,
I'm like, what is
Nate,
happening?
When a piano straight up eats a girl and her limbs are flopping and her like fingers are still playing the melody. No, I don't remember a mattress.
It's the same
attack.
damn song. It's the same damn song. The whole movie. The guy's getting his commercial jingles.
I get it.
A lot of running this.
My
one.
point is, when you've seen a head bite some other girl's ass, when you see the mattress attack doesn't quite register in the memory.
Okay,
as well.
okay, that was a low level attack. Okay, got it.
When someone's legs crawl out of a possessed like lamp and kick a picture of a cat, which then starts vomiting blood everywhere. No, mattresses falling on a person.
Okay,
not
fine.
really hitting the Richter scale.
That was more of it was at one of the appetizers, one of the early appetizer kind of weird ghost house attacks. But yeah, that one was really strange. Also,
yeah,
I don't know. It is a batshit crazy movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lisa, any final thoughts on we went over most of it. If you have not seen this movie, you will have no clue what we're talking about. But
zero clue what we're talking about.
I mean, I just want to reiterate that in the Criterion Collection with esteemed movies such as Seven Samurai,
which I have right here.
Silence of the Lambs, right?
Right, that's right there.
Sid and Nancy, RoboCop, classic cinema from all over the world.
I don't know about those last two, but okay.
House is number 539 on this list, somewhere after The Thin Red Line. And I don't know that these are ranked per se, but
they're not ranked. It's the order of which they are released. So it was the 500th movie to be released in the collection.
You mean added to the collection, not necessarily released, right?
Yeah, added to the collection.
Yeah, added to the collection. Right.
Yeah, released on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Or released on whatever. They used to release later.
Well, sure. So, yeah, so 539. So, I mean, it's on there with some esteemed movies.
Deserves it.
It's something else. It is on HBO Max. Do yourself a favor
and the Criterion Channel.
The Criterion Channel. Nate, are you a member of or do you have a subscription to the Criterion?
I do not. I just blindly buy the Blu-rays based on recommendations from you, Mitch, and go from there.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm sure that's. Hey, you know what? This movie working out a whole lot better than Jack Frost and Ice Cream Man. So there's that.
The last thing I do want to reference is the music. The music is insane. There's a band Go Diego that did the music. There is track 4 in the soundtrack is Eat. Track 8 in the soundtrack is Eat Eat, and track 11 in the soundtrack is Eat Eat Eat. So you're kidding. And there's Oriental Melon Man is one of the last tracks. And there's Cherries Were Made for Eating. A lot of Eat. Hungry House Blues. These are some classic tracks, and the music in this is just as ridiculous as the film itself. I mean, just incredibly strange. Love it.
Yeah. I apologize, Nate. I actually didn't hear a word you said because as I was scrolling through the Criterion collection, I saw an entry for Kicking and Screaming, and I swear to God, I thought that was the Will
Ferrell movie.
And I'm like, and it's
that
like
one too.
Kicking and
What
Screaming
is it?
in the United States. I was like, oh my God.
Absolutely not.
Paralyzed by
Absolutely.
post-graduation ennui, a group of college friends remain on campus, patching together a community for themselves in order to deny the real-world futures awaiting them. I'd rather watch the Will Ferrell movie. But look, but what I'd rather do right now, honestly, we've talked this movie up. Let's get into the final cut.
Final cut.
Oh my goodness. Who wants to go first?
You, Mitch.
You go first. You go
Oh
first.
my God, this movie is bonkers. It is a fever dream. And I mean, you're going to watch this film and nothing's going to make sense. There is truly, I cannot even now. And I mean, I mentioned to someone on Twitter, I think it was a friend of the show, Drew Yari. He was guessing some movies. And I mentioned that he asked if it was an old movie. I said, I don't know that's that old. And then I realized that, oh wait, but it's 2021. This movie is 50 something years old. It's almost 50 years old.
No, it's only 44 years old.
I know it's almost 50. It might as well be 50. It's old, much older now than when I remember watching it the first time. And I still don't know that I could tell you a movie that is anywhere close to what the hell this movie is. I can't think of a single movie to compare this to. House is its own thing and still is. Nothing comes close to this movie. It is easily, to me, I'm giving it a coveted 10 out of 10.
Whoa!
Man-eating pianos. I love this movie so much.
Whoa. Incredible. Love it.
And
Unexpected.
But I mean, this movie, it is so fucking weird. But we've seen a lot of bad movies, Nate. We've seen a lot of them that are entertaining. And we've seen a lot of them that, I mean, they're just bad, but they're like, ha ha ha, I can laugh or, whatever, right? This movie is just train wreck crazy. And it's not that it's a bad movie. It is.
No.
It's just an experience. It is. I don't know.
It's an experience.
It is totally an experience.
It's more of an experience than a film.
It's certainly style over substance, right? Like this is like, you're watching this for all the crazy ass edits and all the effects. But again, you think about them doing this at that time and then just everything. Nothing remotely like this. There will never be a movie, anything like this. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Happy to put that stamp on it.
Wow, that's rare for you.
I can't wait for y'all to give it 2s.
Nate, you're next. I don't even know where to go from here.
Look, this movie is incredible. I own it, so clearly it's good. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm jealous, Dane. I'm jealous that you own it. Honestly, I've been looking at like Blu-ray prices. How
I'll tell you when it's on sale. Don't worry about it.
I'll pay full price for this one. 10 out of 10. Are you kidding me?
It's incredible. This is such a good movie. These are two back-to-back movies. So we started with Old in this Slaycation, right? And Old was a solid M. Night Shyamalan film. Then we went to Jason Takes Manhattan. Then we were real low in the Jason catalog. Then we had Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, which I loved so much more than I remembered. And I gave that a 9. And I'm going to give also this a 9. 9 out of 10 banana piles. This movie's incredible. I'm going to watch it multiple times by the end of this year. It's happening. This movie is ridiculous. My mom's going to watch this. Don't worry. If she gets through it, I'm going to start it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Nate's mom.
I'm going to start it. This movie is just insane. The fact that it has an 80s sitcom like theme song where a teacher guy falls into a bucket. and like the whole movie just changes. It turns on a dime. It's like serious and then like slapstick and then like someone's eating an eyeball and then mattresses are attacking somebody and then you're talking about like a serious thing like, oh, he went off to World War II and she was heartbroken, and then all of a sudden grandfather clock is murdering someone with blood everywhere. I mean, it is all over the place, head on a swivel, just like what is happening, and I loved it and it was great. So 9 out of 10 for me. Lisa, bring it home with an 11. Here we go.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are so weird. I don't even know. It was fine. It wasn't scary at all. So that's suspecting victim friendly. It's just
that's really good.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Really, really weird. But overall, the deaths made sense. You may not have liked the soundtrack, but I did like the soundtrack.
I loved it. I thought the soundtrack was great.
Yeah. I could that piano song. I mean, I know it was the same one all over and over. I was like, oh, I really like this melody. This is nice. So would I watch it again? No. No way. But you guys watch it again and you make sure you see that it was the cat that tripped Mr. Toro.
Oh,
you're going to notice it now.
Check the tape.
Check the tape. I don't know. I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
What? So high? What is happening?
Yeah.
This is the best possible scenario for you.
I can fully and truly appreciate movies now that I can. We watched this on our own. Like, we didn't watch this one together. And there's very few that I feel like I can watch on my own and not be terrified out of my mind. So I appreciated that fact that I could watch this and say all my crazy comments to myself because there was no one else there. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was fine.
Wow.
I don't know what a Criterion Collection means, but okay, sure. Why not?
It means it's one of the best films ever that they can get licensing for.
Okay. Sure.
So I've got some posters I need to hang behind me. I've been pretty behind on
the Hausu poster.
I want to get a house poster now. So I've got Grindhouse posters that are signed that are going behind me, but I want a Hausu poster. In fact, I've been looking and I might have found one. So
don't get a poster. Get the print that's in the movie of the cat. You can get that because the painting changes from a normal cat to like his central cat, and you need to get the his central like painting poster.
Yeah,
if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible.
We'll have to look. If you know where I can find a good theatrical movie poster for House, you let me know. It's going up there. Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us in all of our banana pile talk at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre, Instagram, Facebook. Check out our Discord. Check out our Patreon. We'll have a Discord later. Yeah. If you want to listen along while we talk over Jason Takes Manhattan and talk about gooey slime way too much, go to our Patreon. It's free. Texas Podcast Massacre on Patreon. Give us a call, right? Look, if you watch House for the first time and you have to call it. This movie is so nuts. It needs a phone call. 346-246-3143. Again, 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or your other podcast platforms. We'll put a movie on the list. I think we have one or two more requests actually that we got from some people coming up shortly, but there's room for more. So give us a couple more of those recommendations and those 5-star reviews. Maybe give Lisa a shout. Throw a non-horror movie in there.
Yeah, we actually had a comment on our YouTube. They were happy to see you last time or hear from you last time, Lisa. So your fans have been missing you.
I'm glad.
That's nice. Bye.
You can already hear her leaving. She's like, I put it. I put in my time. Peace out. I am no longer contractually obligated to keep talking once you start.
I gave my review.
mattresses.
I thought we were done.
Lisa's getting smothered by mattresses as we speak. Like her voice is getting farther and farther away. I don't know what's happening.
After the day I had, I'm okay with it.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, look.
That's a classic parent move. You see a young Japanese girl getting smothered by mattress. You're like, that looks comfy. Like I can see it right now.
Nice.
Like if you've got to look of all the deaths, if you've got to go out one way, isn't that the way? Like
that's probably the way for me. Yeah. So wow. All right. Well.
On that note, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.